Okay. So I say, what are you trying to say? Because none of these scriptures are making sense, right? And she goes, ask Yeshua. Okay. One thing I will tell you guys, if someone's truly biblically correcting you, they will not only have scriptures that pair together correctly, but they will be able to give you an explanation on why, like how those scriptures pair together, what the correction is about. They should be able to explain everything to you, because when God has a biblical explanation, he will give you the explanation to give to them. And it's because he has worked through me in correction many times, and I know that how he works through that, right? So I was like, I told her, I'm like, well, this message from God coming through you, it's not a message from God. And in reality, you guys, this lady, we had been following each other on TikTok because we had met through her previously following a false prophet and then getting away from it. And but one time when I was driving, God brought her name to mind and said they were never of us, because there's a scripture about people who leave and they were never of God to begin with. And so that was like my pre-warning to all this, because God always, like, he's my rear guard. He pre-warns me when something like this is about to happen, right? And I didn't know that this was particularly what was going to happen, but that was his warning. And I told her, I'm like, this message wasn't from God. In fact, he's warned me about this, this, and this. And she goes, oh, Yeshua's mad. Or no, she said, Yeshua mad. And I was like, God's not mad. She goes, yes, he is. I'm like, God's not mad. You are mad. And she goes, no, he's mad. And she went on to say that, like, the judgment has to stop, and which it was being judged correctly because it wasn't of scripture, right? But the judgment has to stop. You're obsessed. Remember, you're a child of God. You know, everything has to stop, blah, blah, blah. And she was like just throwing all these accusations at me, but none of them lined up. And the way she was doing it wasn't lining up with the character of God. Okay, let's go on to part 6, and that will be my final part.